Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your old pal Revv. In this video, what I thought we would do is check out the new John Petrucci ToneMission IR packs. I'm sure if you've been paying any attention to Ola Englund's channel, or John Petrucci, or Dream Theater, you've probably heard about ToneMission. And what I thought I would do today is download these IRs and try them in my Helix Native software. Okay, so this video is going to be geared more towards Helix users and that whole interface, but they're IRs. They work with any kind of amp simulation software that you may have out there, whether you're using Neural DSP or Axe-Fx, or you're even using a free IR loader like NAD IR. It's all going to work about the same, but what's cool about Helix Native is they do have several Mesa Boogie amp simulators like the Rectifier and the Mark IV, the Mesa Boogie Mark IV. So I thought I would start there, and then later on in the video we'll check out some other high gain amps and see what they sound like with these IRs. So I'm going to be completely honest, I have not heard what any of these sound like, so my reaction will be probably just like yours as we're kind of listening to what these sound like. But first, let me show you how you can get a hold of these ToneMission IRs. So what you're going to want to do is go to ToneMission.com. Now, I will say that I reached out to ToneMission via Instagram and was asking, like, hey, I'd love to make a video on these IRs, but I have not heard anything back. Probably because I only have 5K subs here on YouTube. Tell your friends about my channel if you like what I do here. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already done so yet. But anyway, once you're at ToneMission.com, there's really only one product available other than this t-shirt here. You're going to go to ToneMission.com and just click Buy Now, and it's going to put an item into your cart. You press Add to Cart, and then you can check out however you'd like to pay, with a credit card or PayPal or Google Pay, right? And then what that's going to do is end up in your downloads folder. I've already purchased this, so it just ends up here. And then what I would suggest doing from there is backing that up on a hard drive. Don't leave it in your downloads folder. But I've got all of the assets here on a hard drive, and they look kind of like this. If you're a Mac user, you would click there, but I'm a PC user, so I'm going to click here. And what you get is 4 different kind of folders with these IRs in there. Of course, there's a little welcome letter here, a nice little note from Papa Petrucci. Here's a little README about the file types and things like that. There's a user license agreement on here. As far as I know, you can read through that. It's just some legal stuff. It's my understanding that when you're using IRs, you simply want to use the correct sample rate for whatever session you happen to be in. I'm actually recording in 44.1 at 24 bits, so I would click on that folder, okay? But what you get are 4 different IR packs. You get the Terminal pack, the Liquid pack, the Dream World pack, and the Z Bonus cabinets, okay? So I think the Terminal pack is the cabinet setup that Petrucci had when he was recording his solo record, Terminal Velocity. I don't know what the Liquid pack is. It's probably more for like lead guitar tone, so it's probably like open back cabinets and things like that, rather than the the crunchy closed back cabinets. The Dream World pack, I believe, is from the Dream Theater recording. So let's check out what some of these sound like. Okay, so before we hear what these sound like, let me show you how you can get these ToneMission IRs into your Helix Native software. So a lot of you guys might already be familiar with this, but if you're not, let me show you how it's done. So you've got all of your presets here in this column, but if you click on IRs right here, you'll see I've got a bunch of IRs in here, and I've been an Ownhammer user since 2018 when I built this computer, and I've been using it to record. So I've got a ton of their IR packs already loaded in, and they sound pretty great. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, and a majority of these IRs are cabinet blends. So there's like several microphones on here that give you one sound, and I find that to be really convenient. I find that to be like the best use case for IRs, is that you don't have to do any post mixing with different microphones. Everything is already there for you, so you can have one left signal guitar and one right signal guitar for your rhythm. and you won't have to mess with ribbon microphone levels versus dynamic microphone levels, all of that kind of stuff. But anyway, here's all my own hammer IRs. And then to load, one of these in, here's all of the ToneMission ones. Here's what they look like. But you'll click on an empty slot here, and then you'll actually right-click on that and then click Import. And then basically you're just going to point the file directory at wherever you're storing those IRs. Okay, I've got it in this ToneMission IRs folder. You click on that, click that. Here's the terminal pack, and then you'll want to make sure you have the correct sample rate and everything. So 44.1, 24-bit. And you go to Assets, and then you would click that, and then Open, and then that's going to end up in that slot. Okay, I've already loaded that one in, but that's how you load them in to your Helix. So let's listen to what these bad boys sound like. So once again, our starting point is own hammer. Okay, so here's what that sounds like. Okay, and then the first one in the terminal pack is a ribbon microphone. So we're going to click on that. It's on preset 76 in my IR. You can do up to 128. So here's what the rhythm sounds like. Okay, and then we'll compare that again to an own hammer. Okay, and then back to the ribbon microphone. Okay, and then we're going to go to a condenser mic. Okay, and then our next tone is a dynamic microphone, so like an SM7B, the same mic I'm talking through right now. A lot thinner sounding, right? So here's what the amp is set to. So I'm on channel 3 of the Mark IV. So let's just go over my signal chain really quick. So I've got the LA Studio comp set up like this, and that's just to get a little bit more evenness in my notes. And then I'm using the Horizon drive, a decent amount of drive, about 50%. And then the attack cranked all the way up, the bright cranked all the way up. This also has a noise gate on it, but I'm also using another noise gate. It's the Horizon gate, and that's going into the Mark IV, which is set up as shown here. And what's cool about Mesa Boogie amps and the Mark IV in particular, you have these this 5-band graphic EQ, which most metalheads kind of set it up like this, where you're boosting kind of the top end and the low end to get that nice beefy sound. So all right, so let's do this. Let's check out some of these blends. So this is going to be all 3 microphones blended together. Sounds pretty great. It's pretty dark. So what I would then do if I was going to use that terminal rhythm is just turn up the treble a little bit, maybe add a little bit of presence on there. And now I've got... It's pretty cool. Let's go back to the ribbon microphone. Okay, let's see if this 2048 thing works at all. Okay. Basically, we're just making the sound a little bit more hi-fi, in my opinion, when you play with this. but it does use quite a bit of DSP. Okay, so that concludes the terminal pack. But there are two other packs. This next one is the liquid pack, which I think is geared more towards soloing and lead guitar work. So let's do some of that. Here goes the first one. This is the condenser, liquid condenser 301. So sounds pretty nice. Let's check out the ribbon. We're gonna move things right along here. That one might be my favorite so far. So that's a 421 dynamic microphone. That's the best sounding dynamic microphone I've heard so far. That's like the mic that kind of has a unique shape, and it's one that you typically see on a tom drum in a recording session. Let's move on to the next one. This is a different type of condenser. That might be my favorite condenser so far. Here's a room sound. So I guess you could use that to blend if you're recording like rhythm guitar tracks or something, you could blend that in. But I find these room mics to be really irrelevant because whenever you've heard guitar on a recording, you've only ever heard it mic'd up, usually close mic'd for that matter. It makes more sense to me to use one of these other ones, but that's there if you need it. So here is the liquid blend with the Mesa 412. You notice this one's a lot quieter than the room before, so that's something that you don't really see with Ownhammer stuff. Is all of the volume levels were identical. It didn't matter what IR you were using, what blend, what microphone. They all sound identical. So let's move on to the next blend. This is a blend. It looks like with a room microphone. Yeah, I mean, this stuff sounds incredible. This is liquid rhythm, so let's play some rhythm here. And let's see if we can get more of a rhythm sound out of our amp here. We'll boost up the bass here. Here's the other rhythm blend. Yeah, that sounds insane. That's the liquid pack, which I'm guessing is more for lead stuff. The terminal pack was, I guess, the sounds that Petrucci used on the Terminal Velocity record. And this other pack, Dream World pack, I believe is going to be Dream Theater sounds, okay? So the sounds that Petrucci uses when he's doing a Dream Theater record. So let's check that out. Sounds pretty good. There's a condenser microphone. Here's a different condenser. Okay, a dynamic microphone. So it looks like this AE 2500, that must be like a preamp that they're running this through that gives it a certain character. It's probably like a super expensive preamp that you can't get, but that's what I believe that is. The next one here is another room mic. I don't like the way that sounds. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you want to blend that in with something and you can make some magic, but I wouldn't have a use for that. Here is a ribbon microphone. I find that ribbon microphones on guitar cabinets sound great, but they are a little bit darker, so sometimes it's nice to pair them up with a dynamic microphone to get a little bit of brightness in there, like an SM57. Here is a Dreamworld lead blend. Pretty bright. Let's check out the next one. Yeah, sounds awesome. Okay, next one. This is another rhythm one. I'm just gonna do what these tell me to do and just play rhythm guitar. That has a room mic blended in. So, okay, so in addition to these 3 different packs, when you pay the $80, you get some bonus cabinets, which sound like this. I can't say that sounds particularly good, but what I want to do next is listen to what this sounds like with a clean amplifier, and my favorite clean amp in the Helix platform is this Archetype Clean, and so we're going to turn off our Horizon drive, put a little delay and reverb on. We're going to listen to what this 1x12 Mesa cabinet sounds like. So this would be a good thing to have for clean guitar. It's my sentimental version of Rockin' in the Free World. It sounds really nice. Let's put this Horizon drive back on here. All right, let's jump over to the 2x12. Sounds fantastic. Let's check the 412. think I like the 212 better. Let's go back to that. Really big fan of how that sounds. These are great IRs. So let's do this. Let's turn back on the Horizon drive. We're gonna go to my favorite IR, which I believe was, let's see, was it the Liquid Rhythm? Liquid Rhythm Blend. We're gonna go with that, and then we're gonna go to Revv amplification and turn on the purple channel like we all love to do. Let's crank this thing up and hear what it sounds like. Here we go. Let's turn off these. All right, let's go back to the terminal pack and gosh, that sounds murderous, man. Let's try a couple of these other ones while we're here. Yeah, that sounds insane. So these sound really great, and I'm super impressed with the sound quality. But I'll share my final thoughts here with you in just a second. Okay, so what I want to do now is just kind of share my overall thoughts on this ToneMission IR pack. The first thing I'll start off by saying is the sound quality. It's really great, and you do get fantastic IRs that are really easy to use, like right away. Like, you don't have to do a lot of tweaking to get these to sound good. You literally just put it at the end of your signal chain or before your delays and all of your effects, and you're gonna have a really great high gain guitar tone for the most part, I think. One of the things that I noticed right away is that you don't really get a lot of different IRs, okay? For the price point. The price is $79.99, like about $80 in the United States, which I find that to be rather expensive compared to what I've paid for IRs in the past. I think I spent around $80 when I bought my own hammer stuff, but I got volumes and volumes of IRs. I got a variety of cabinets: Diesel cabinets, Orange cabinets, Marshalls, Mesa, with different speakers too. The blue speakers, Creambacks, Celestians, just about anything you could imagine, like I have. And all I did was pay that $80 from Own Hammer. Now with the Petrucci pack, you get about, I don't know, 20 or 25 different IRs. Like, it's really not that many. Of course, you get all the different sample rates. You're not getting a ton of IRs. So I think this ToneMission pack is for a guitar player who doesn't want to do a ton of tweaking, really kind of wants to rely on more of a convenience factor with their recording, which a lot of the time that's me. I don't want to do a lot of tweaking, okay? And this is way easy to use, okay? It took me about 3 minutes from the time I bought the pack to open it in my Helix Native and start playing and using it. Like, it was really easy to get all of their stuff. There wasn't any password code or anything like that. As long as you paid for it, you get the download, and then I was immediately able to start using it, which I thought was great. But I think where I'm kind of struggling with this ToneMission stuff is the price point. I think it's a little high, and I think somewhere around $60 or even cheaper, like $45, would have been a more reasonable price for a product like this, considering the marketplace that we have with IRs. It's just exploded. There's so many options, and this is a pretty expensive one. I took it upon myself to buy this pack so that you guys could hear what it sounds like, and you're getting my honest opinion. ToneMission and John Petrucci did not pay me to do this video. I'm interested in the product and I wanted to give it a try. And yes, it does sound good. You're getting the best Mesa cabinets that probably exist, and they're recorded in a way that is perfect for progressive metal and different genres of metal, right? But I think where I'm struggling here with these is the price point. So take that for what it is. Check these out if you're into this kind of thing. Who knows? I may hear back from ToneMission. I did message them on Instagram asking if I could get access to their IRs to do a review. Been a little over 2 weeks and I haven't heard anything. So I went ahead and made this video for you guys. If they happen to get back to me and want to give me a free download, I will give that away on this channel and give one of you guys a free download if that does happen. But as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video, listening to my guitar playing, and for just checking this out and sticking around. So I really appreciate anyone and everyone who watches these videos. I really enjoy making videos like this because I think that it adds a lot of value, and I enjoy it too. Like, I hadn't sat down and checked these out yet. So thank you so much for being here and watching. Wherever you're at in the world, I hope and pray that you are having an awesome day. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.